Previously on Super Dungeon Boys.
You see the swamp begins to clear a little bit. There's a little bit of grass coming up, almost like a hill.
All right, do you guys think this could be possibly where this shack is?
It wouldn't hurt to chase down any information that we have.
At the bottom of this hill, there is kind of like a cabin built out of a huge knocked over tree.
Proceed slowly here. There's someone else here. Not sure if they're friendly or foe.
The makeshift door to this tree house gets kicked open, and out comes this gigantic lumbering creature. My name's Kresh.
You're joking right now.
I do need to ask you one last question. Those children that you hear, what direction is that coming from?
It comes from there, usually when the wind's out that way. You see raggedy looking shack that sits on top of this tiny knoll behind this fence.
So there's nothing in there. It seems like it's empty. So let's go take a peek inside.
If we know the kids are there, we're busting in. Let's do it. I'm kicking the door.
Oh, what the hell are you doing? The doorknob is talking to you guys. He says, "Look, you hold me within for many a day. In victory, I always with you will stay. When you cry of despair or defeat, and I leave you in passage, elsewhere entreat."
Blood? Is it blood? Did I guess it in one? Are you impressed?
Cromgrim puts his hand up to this keyhole, and it bites the tip of Cromgrim's finger. That conniving doorknob of a doorknob slams shut behind you guys, and as it shuts, you see these sconces start to light up along the walls in this, what is not a shack. It's like a big, gigantic inside of a castle-looking home. Everything's made out of stone floors, stone walls. But as these sconces light up, you guys see to your right, there's like a little dining room. Like there's a big table with a bunch of chairs around it and some candles that look like they've been burning for a long time. They're at the end of their wicks, and there's some stuff on the table over there. And you kind of glance over to your left as you're standing here, and there's like a little sitting room off to the left with a fireplace that all the fire in the fireplace is kind of burned down, and it's just some glowing and crackling embers. And above the fireplace, there's some paintings. Then as you kind of pan back across and you're looking at this big stone house, you notice that 30 to 35 feet in front of you, straight across from the door that you walked in, the house is divided into a hallway. So there's almost, a section of rooms off to the right, and there's a section off to the left, and there's a really long, dark hallway leading straight across from you guys as far back as you can see. But it's not lit up, clear at the end. You guys step in.
Okay. And I think you said last time that the door shuts behind us, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm going to whip around and try to open it.
It's locked. And you hear, hey, quit that. You're in there now. You're stuck.
Oh boy, well.
Right, and Cromkin suggested you do not put your finger inside the keyhole as you might lose it.
Oh, I don't plan on it, trust me.
We may as well, while we're here with the fire, we might as well have some s'mores. I mean, I know Brudon has some with him. You had some marshmallows earlier, did you not?
No, I just have the bag of nuts that we took from earlier.
Oh, right. I forgot Brudon took it, so that way, Cromgrim didn't have to pinch it between his cheeks.
Remember this.
Everybody give me a perception check.
It's a D20 there, JJ. I know it's been a long time. The one with 20 sides.
Yeah, you got it.
14 plus... I have plus 7, so I have a 24.
Plus 1, so 15.
Cromgrim did 7. As far as the number on his perception, I have to look it up.
Does Cromgrim need glasses? Or wait. Wait, you're wearing glasses.
Cromgrim wears the spectacles of glass over his eyes. So it's -1. -1 as well as having 7, so Chrome doing math comes up with 6.
So you guys are all in this house, locked in, and Raiden and Broodon are kind of, glancing around, kind of soaking everything in. I feel like Cromgrim, having just lost the tip of his index finger and being in this new place, is just kind of skittish and just talking. That's kind of how Cromgrim deals with this stuff. But Raiden and Broodon, as you look to your left and you see the embers from the fireplace kind of crackling and whatnot, you pan across. You're kind of soaking in this whole house, kind of registering what's going on in here. You look across the hallway, look over to the kitchen table, and then you look back to the hallway. And down at the very end of the hallway, you see what looks like the same type of embers starting to come towards you from the end of the hallway. Maybe like 100 to 150 feet down this hallway.
Wait, the embers like from the fireplace?
Similar in color and shape.
And they're coming down the hallway towards us.
Yeah, like a glowing light.
As if like embers are just floating in the hallway, or like there's a fireplace coming down towards us down the hallway.
You can't tell, but it's moving towards you really slowly.
Okay.
If Cromgrid could make a suggestion, perhaps Broodon could go that way first. Broodon being the biggest of us, I just feel like it's the safest move.
Oh, yes, because I'm a dragon, right?
Well, I didn't want to say anything. You understand, right?
You do know I'm an ice dragon.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense now that you put it like that.
Wow.
Well,
Cromgrim over here just stereotyping.
Don't worry.
Cromgrim's not trying to be prejudiced. Cromgrim's apologizing.
It's not the worst someone has said to me. Bard, those sparks are coming towards us, whether we like it or not. What do we do?
I don't know. I'm curious just to see what it is. Now, these sparks are like, you say it's pretty slow. Is it like, okay, it's going to take 2 minutes to get down the hallway, or is it like, oh, within the next 30 seconds, something's going to pop out?
As you guys are pondering what to do about this, I feel like, Raiden, you're staring intently down the hallway because you've dealt with lots of creatures in your past before, and you're kind of a monster hunter. So you're trying to deduce. You're trying to deduce what in the world this thing is, as the other two guys are trying to figure out how to proceed. And as you guys are kind of chit-chatting, Raiden, you see this color of this ember-looking light at the end of the tunnel. It splits into two, and all of a sudden you hear a big 2 howls in unison, and then you hear the pitter-patter of large padded feet running in you guys' direction. And Raiden, as you're looking down the hallway, you see what you know as 2 giant hellhounds just bolting it for you guys. You guys can roll for initiative.
Jeez.
Okay.
Welcome home, boys.
I got 19.
Let's see, 11 plus 2, I got a 13.
16.
The doggies did not roll very well.
Good.
So yeah, it is Broodon's turn. You see these hellhounds coming right for you guys.
Okay.
And they are big, kind of like a dire wolf from Game of Thrones type of creature, but they're completely pitch black like soot. And when they run, like everything underneath their shoulders and hips kind of resembles like embers, and like that's like where all their energy's at. And it goes all the way up to like their bottom jaw. And instead of drool, they kind of have like magma like coming out of their jowls, and every time their paws hit the ground, a little bit of soot comes behind them, and there's like some smoke behind them too.
Gotcha. Okay. How close are they to us at this point?
They're bolting at you, so we'll say 10 feet by the time.
10 feet.
By the time 10 feet
Jeez,
react.
that's close. A lot closer than I was envisioning in my head. All right.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to use breath weapon. So I need to roll 2d6s for cold damage. All right. The first one is 4. Second one is 4 again.
So 8.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them, which I should have said this earlier, they have collars on them. One of them, it's kind of like a Scooby-Doo looking like diamond. One of them has a big G on it, and the other one has an S. And we'll say the one with the G is kind of in front, and he takes the brunt of your spell. So he takes 8 damage.
Do we know what their hit points are?
You do not.
No, that's the fun of D&D. You just fight
Another
things
one.
and hope for the best.
So yeah, which spell did you cast?
The breath weapon.
So what does
It's
that look like?
Let's say because I'm a frost dragon, I do a quick burst of breath, right? And I catch it, and it's it turns into the shape of a spear or a dagger or something like that, and I chuck it at him.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, the two of you in the back, you see Brudon do that, and he chucks this dagger, and it hits the first hellhound as it like jumps in front of him, and it clips the first one. It kind of knocks it over. It gets back up to its feet, and it kind of snarls at you guys. But when it hits that one, Brudon, he's so strong, he throws it, and I feel like his ice shard from the first one goes, and it hits the other one. You hear it go, "Arr!" And it kind of like staggers in front of you guys, and they're both standing there growling with their magma drool like falling on their
Booyah! Cromgrip knew you could do it, Ron. I was all behind you the whole time.
And now it's Cromgrim's turn.
Oh, crap.
Oh boy.
Cromgrim rolls.
What are you doing first? What are you rolling for?
Oh.
You got to tell us what you're doing. Are you just gonna use your axe? You're gonna do something fancy or what?
Cromgrim chooses to go form of the beast bite.
So you're gonna rage.
Yes.
So bonus action rage.
Sick.
So 10, and then you said add
How'd you roll a 10 with a D8?
6. Yeah.
this thing here.
There should only be 8 sides on there, not 10. If you have 10, that's the wrong dice.
Well, which one is
A
it?
D8 is the one that looks like 2 pyramids end to end.
Yep.
The one with 8 sides.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are nerds. You guys are okay. Yeah,
It's hard.
a 6.
It's hard to count to 8, you know.
It's hard to yeah.
It's hard to count. Don't do that to him.
Cromgrim rolls 6 and then add 6.
Did he?
Easy math, easy peasy. 12 for Cromgrim.
And was that to hit?
That was to hit.
Oh, sorry, to hit? No, you need to roll your... Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought it's plus... Well, it's actually plus 7 to hit, so...
Yeah. So we did that backwards. So go ahead. So we'll take that.
So-
And you go ahead and roll your 20 to see if it works.
20.
No
No
way.
way.
You rolled
No
a 20?
Frickin' no way.
I think you just messed the story up.
My dogs. No.
Cromgrim says, "Suck it, bitches."
So what we're gonna do though, I think the way we're gonna rule nat 20s like in combat, like if you guys would have done this against that spider, probably would have been the same thing. We'll just double damage. So whatever you roll, we'll double it. A lot of guys.
That's usually what it is, right?
Well, a lot of people will do like max damage doubled, but I think that's kind of silly. So we'll just go off of what you get and we'll double it. So JJ rolled
So 12
12, so 24.
double.
24 damage.
Shoot.
Oh my god.
You got to be kidding me. So JJ,
You killed him.
I love how you did form of the beast, so you literally just bit this thing. Yeah,
Yeah, so tell me-
tell us what happened here.
tell me first which one are you going for? There's G or S according to their name tags.
I
And
hit the
then
G
tell
one.
tell us what it looks
Going-
like.
Cromgrim will choose to go for the G spot because that's what Cromgrim typically does in life and in battle.
So Cromgrim, what does it look like when you do your form of the beast bite to this dog?
Crumgrim grows in huge size. Crumgrim's mouth opens very wide, teeth growing so large, nearly 8 inches for every incisor. Ripping, tearing, destroying. Able to bite at said G-spot and ripped it up.
That is so awesome. Yeah, you guys see Cromgrim. Cromgrim just kind of shakes, goes into a rage, and just dive bombs this hellhound and kind of grabs it like a dog would, I assume, around the neck and kind of wrestles it a little bit, takes a big chunk out of its neck. And this one, the one with the G spot on its neck, kind of starts to whimper a little bit, and you hear and it takes 2 steps back, and the other one kind of steps closer to it and snarls at you guys.
Crumgrim's now ready to smoke a cigarette.
And it's Raiden's turn.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. That's probably not a good idea. I was going to do Thunder Wave, but I forget anything within 15 feet of me gets damaged. So unless I
trying to
run
take
away
us
from,
out, huh?
yeah, unless I run away from you guys also would get hurt. So
Raiden's been through that before.
I've done that a few times before. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know? I'm gonna cast Chill Touch. And it is, let's see, I gotta roll to hit here, but let's see if I can do it. I raise my guitar, I blast out these, there's no amp anywhere nearby, but it just sounds like the most, imagine Avenged Sevenfold just coming out of this, crank an electric distorted guitar, playing some little piece of heaven or something. This is the most dark song you've ever heard. The most twisted song. All right. I rolled an 18 plus 5. Does that hit?
Yeah, that does it.
All right. So I do 2d8 damage. So from my guitar springs a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range, which is 120 feet. So they're definitely within range. And this hand's gonna, I imagine it's think like this ghost kind of weaving in and out between us and moving around, goes between Cromgrim's legs and up, and then grabs the hellhound that was right in front of him. So I'm gonna hit the G hellhound. And I do 2d8 damage. 8.
Oh, yeah, so you go through all that riffraff, your Chill Touch goes through Cromgrim's legs, comes up, and I feel like it would smack this hellhound.
Oh, wait. If I hit an undead target, it has disadvantage. Are these undead?
I don't think so.
Okay. And it is necrotic. I don't know if that just means they can't regain hit points until the start of their next turn. But yeah,
No,
sorry.
not undead. You're good. But yeah, I feel like your Chill Touch goes through Cromgrim's legs, comes up and smacks the dog on the top of the head like it was a bad boy, and its head hits the ground, and it barely comes back up and looks at Raiden and lunges at him for a bite.
Oh. Just between Cromgrim's legs. I just imagine Cromgrim jumping over it. It's wrong.
And it does that, and it misses by 1 point on a d20.
Yes!
His buddy, his partner in crime, S-Spot, is gonna try to take a bite out of Brudon. And he's got one eye on his brother dog here, and he goes to snap at Brudon, and I feel like Brudon kind of steps out of the way. And then G-Spot is gonna bite again.
How are these the names that stuck?
He bites it
Wait,
right in.
He gets to go again?
Yeah, they were supposed to go twice, so they're gonna take turns.
What?
He snaps back at Raiden, and that one hits.
Ooh, ouchie.
Bites you on the ankle because he's so weak he can't get any higher than your ankle. Raiden will take 7 points of damage.
Ooh.
Oof.
And then S-Spot is gonna lunge at Brudon one more time and whiffs. Brudon being the ice dragonborn that he is, this magma dog creature from hell gets close to you, and you kind of I don't imagine you like the feeling of this this crazy warm dog being in your presence. But we are back to Brudon at the top of the order.
Okay. Let's see here. So if he lunged at me and missed, that means he's got to be pretty close at this point.
Oh yeah, they're both within 5 feet of you guys.
I'm going to cast something you didn't think I would, but I think it'll work. I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp. 16.
Oh, that makes it by 1.
Yes. Let's see here. And then it's 2d8 damage.
Well, Brudon, if you're going for the G spot, don't even worry about rolling. Go ahead and finish him.
All right. Well, I hold my hand out, and suddenly sparks start to shoot around it. And I pick him up. No, I scruff him.
Ooh.
And I pick him up and I hold him like this by his scruff. And then I let out one big, like maybe 3-second jolt, and it just goes through his whole body. And I drop him.
Oh my gosh.
You guys just hear a boom, like big thud.
Right.
And when he hits the ground, it's just soot. And he just turns to soot. And you see S-Spot, for all you guys know, just kind of turns and whimpers and gnashes his teeth, and it is Cromgrim's turn.
Cromgrim decides to do a hit with Cromgrim's great axe.
Ooh, boy.
Cromgrim rolls a 11 with his d20 that he chose perfectly.
Swing and a miss.
Plus 7.
You whip.
Oh, never mind. That'll definitely connect.
Rolled a 6 plus, what was it?
6.
So 12.
Nice.
So what's that look like when you take a hack at this hellhound?
At the moment that Cromgrim sees a weakness in this hellhound, was it S-Spot or G-Spot?
G-Spot's
It's
dead.
S-Spot. G-Spot's dead.
G-Spot's dead.
Good, because Cromgrim's never missed the G-Spot, if you know what I'm saying. So, what happens is Cromgrim stands over this foe, reaching far back, way back, swinging it as if it were a baseball bat, and taking one huge lunge in the air and smacking the dog right in the back of the neck.
Dang.
Yeah, you guys
Are you
see,
trying to decapitate him? Good grief.
you guys see Cromgrim do that. He connects with the back of the neck of the hellhound, and it kind of does this whole whiplash thing. And where the axe goes in, instead of blood kind of spurting out and making a big mess, you guys just see sparks and magma kind of fly out. And he kind of shakes himself and looks back at Cromgrim and snarls. And we are to Raiden now.
I'm going to cast Bane on this hellhound. So basically what that means, up to 3 creatures of your choice, I'm just going to choose one. Within range must make a charisma saving throw. Whenever a target that fails a saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack or saving throw. So to defend against it, go ahead and try to beat a 14 charisma throw. Charisma save for the hellhound.
The hellhound has a -2.
Not
And
very
he rolled
charismatic on.
Rolled a 1 anyway.
Nice. All right. So from here on out, every time they make an attack roll or a saving throw, you subtract a d4 from it.
Okay.
So
Got it.
basically, hopefully that just means we'll get attacked less by saying. Little debuff.
Yeah, so you make him really mad. What does that look like when you do Bane? Is that like with your guitar?
Yeah. So I think the way is, yeah, like I said, my guitars, it sounds, even though it's just an acoustic guitar, something I don't know if I've been clear in my description of him at the beginning of the gameplay, but I am a like dark necromancer bard. Like I'm not like your typical bard that's going to do like more life-giving stuff, happy, joyous. I'm more on the dark side there. So with this magical amplifier emanating it's super loud. I'm not even playing chords. I'm just like kind of jamming on it real hard, and I just imagine it just like is so loud and overstimulating, like you can barely focus on what's going on. And so that's what the minus D4 is, like his lack of focus almost. You can hardly even, tell where we are because it's just so loud in his ears.
Yeah, especially being a hound in general, the loud noises are gonna drive him nuts. So you kind of see there's a shake to him. He's trying to like get the ringing sounds out of his ears. But it is his turn, and he's gonna lunge at Brudon, being the closest one to him. So do I take a D4 off of the hit dice as well?
It just says the attack roll. I don't know what that means. Is that...
Well, so I rolled a 19 for the attack roll. So I'll roll a D4 to subtract.
Yeah, I think attack roll would be the hit roll.
Right. So technically he rolled a 17, which is going to hit Brudon.
Okay, so now I can say whether or not I want to use my shield now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do that here.
Okay.
It doesn't say I need to roll anything for that, so right. I don't know. It's just a buff that I guess it gives me 0.5 or not 0.5, 5 AC. So wouldn't you technically not hit then?
Right, correct. Is that for both of his bite attacks, or is that the shield just for one attack? I think it's just for one.
Yeah, it says one reaction.
Right. So yeah, you dodge, or like you put up what's your shield look like when you do that.
Hang on real quick. This is until the start of your next turn. You have +5 bonus AC.
Oh, so never mind. You're good.
So I still got it. It looks like, in the Pokemon games when Mr. Mime puts his shield up, and it just looks like that big, like, kind of glowing sheet of glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, right? So all he does is takes his hand and just does like that, and one shoots up and covers it from the front.
That's awesome. And yeah, the S spot dives right into it. He goes to take a bite for you twice, and really fast, just chomp chomp, and he hits the front of his nose on your shield. It doesn't hit, and we are back to you, Brudon. It's your turn.
All right. I'm going to use True Strike. It says you point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that this spell hasn't ended.
If these guys were a little bit more unique and had different weaknesses and abilities and stuff, I would give you more information on them, but I feel bad because there's not really a lot going on there. They're just some lava dogs trying to kill you guys. So if they were like weak to, telekinesis or something, that I'd give you that. But like, I think that's what that's for. Yeah, but there's not, like on their sheet, there's not really anything. So yeah, 100%. I feel like the way we'll do this, since you used, is that a cantrip?
It is.
Okay, it's a cantrip. So I'll just say we'll use that, and we'll double it up as like a help action for Cromgrim's next turn, so you can give him advantage on his next attack. Kind of like point it out for him. Yeah.
Cromgrim, look there, the beast's neck. Where you struck. 'Tis deeper than
a weak point.
Yes.
Should I urinate in it? This has helped in the past with the urea in my urine because I'm a mountain dwarf. It's extremely acidic.
I don't think that would help us in the short term.
I kind of just want to do it.
Maybe after it falls.
But it is.
Right now, we should focus.
Yeah, it is Cromgrim's turn, though.
Cromgrim is going to go in for another attack. Cromgrim has decided that thus the axe has already cleaved open the beast. Cromgrim will try again. Cromgrim rolls a 9.
A 9 plus, is it 6?
7, right? For your axe.
Cromgrim.
You rolled the big dice,
7,
right?
7, yes.
Yeah, so 11 or 9 plus 7, so that's 16.
Oh my god.
16.
Yeah.
Question before you go. What is the advantage that he gets?
So if that's a 17 or sorry, a 16 definitely hits. If it wouldn't have, he could roll again. Advantage is just rolling twice and taking the better one. Disadvantage is rolling
when you
twice
hear the word when you hear the word advantage or disadvantage, it's just rolling twice and taking either the higher or the lower of those two rolls is all.
Gotcha.
Right. So if you would have whiffed on that, his advantage would have maybe helped him. He would have just got a second chance at it, but he nailed it on the first one. So,
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
This time looks a little different than the time before. This time, as the beast is in pain and hurting and laying on the ground, sprawled out, Cromgrim steps over the beast, straddles him, as it were, and proceeds to lift up said axe in the air far above Cromgrim's head, and then cleaves it down right into the same wound that pre-existed from Cromgrim's earlier devastating blow.
Wild. So you're technically riding this hellhound now.
Yes.
Insane. Okay, what is your damage then?
7.
7 plus what?
6.
So yeah, Cromgrim mounts this daggum hellhound and whacks his axe down into that same wound that he created a little while before, and you hear a yelp, and the hellhound kind of rears back and puts its paws back on the ground, and it looks back up at you guys, and it's kind of panting, and there's some flecks of lava and some sparks coming out of its mouth, and it is Ryden's turn.
Now that Cromgrim's gotten done giving it Cromgrim style, you know what I mean by that when Cromgrim says that.
No, not at all. I am just going to keep it simple and cast old Chill Touch on it. So again, I'm just shredding on my guitar. This ghostly hand comes out again.
Make a karate chop the wound.
Straight for the neck. I'm going to go up and try to hit it right in the jugular with an open hand. Just so let me roll to see if I hit. 13 plus 5, 18.
100%.
Sweet. Let me roll 2d8. Get my damage. A 2 and a 5. 7 damage.
Okay. You do that.
Straight in the throat.
Yeah, you give it the old uppercut straight to the throat.
I'm going almost more. You know what I envision is like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, where he like sticks his hand in the chest and like rips the heart out, like that kind of. But like in its neck, where I'm trying to like jab through his neck. Like that's my goal, is to like go through, depending on his.
Kalima.
Yeah, your Chill Touch, like the hand goes up and you see like the fingers come through the top of like the back of his neck, and then it's got just enough strength left to where it whips its head back and forth, and your Chill Touch comes flying back out and kind of evaporates and dissipates. And then it is his turn, and he is going to lunge at you, Ryden.
Uh-oh.
He gets a 17.
Oh!
So
Ouchie.
he's going to take
It hits.
bite.
What's the damage?
6 damage. And he's going to lunge and take his second bite.
Wait, that was just one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He whiffs on his second bite. You guys have him all worked up.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What have you done?
Are you doing Bane?
Oh, I was not.
Mm-hmm.
You got me. Got the old DM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 5.
I'm sorry?
You get 5 damage. He baned him.
No, but for both those attacks, for the attack roll. So does that
Oh,
first
you're
one
right.
even? That first
You're
one.
right.
Oh, the
you're
debuff.
This is what I rolled.
So he might. Well,
He rolled an 18.
so no matter what, that first one hits,
Yeah, so he hit his 15.
because that first one was a 17. You said, but the second
yeah.
one. Oh, you subtracted from it already.
Yep, I rolled a 2. So it would have been 15. So then,
For the first. Oh, okay, so now you're gonna do the second
Right.
attack.
so we'll just go ahead and redo the attacks because I messed that up for you. You and your old Bane. So the
No.
first one-
Well, we know the first one. The first one is a 15, and you did 5 damage or six damage, or whatever. So let's just go from the second one.
And so here's the second one. 18.
Oh yeah, even if you roll a
7.
4 on the D4.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
and
How'd you roll a 7 on a D4?
No, I was gonna say it's a 17. I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No.
So that's
All right,
2.
all right.
That's 2 hits. So 6, and then
I'll take it.
2.
2. That's better.
So 8 damage off of 2 2 bites from the hellhound just gets
Owie!
like both one ankle and then the next. And then we are back to Groudon at the top of the order.
All right. Give me a description of S-Spot right now. How's he looking?
He is not doing good at all. Actually, after he took those 2 bites out of Raiden, he's huffing and puffing a little bit more because he's losing a lot of his magma and sulfur that's inside of him. You can see it. It's kind of like, when they were lunging at you guys, they were all excited. It was coming out, like frothing out of his mouth a little bit, but now you can see it coming out of his neck and just kind of spilling out all over the ground. He's not in a good way.
Gotcha. Let's see here.
Don't forget your true strike, so you'll get advantage on this attack here.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Let's just go ahead and we'll do Ray of Frost. If this hits, we'll put him out of his misery because he's pretty beat up. It is a 6 plus.
It looks like 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So 12.
That misses.
Okay.
But you get advantage.
So
that's
yeah,
right.
you get to roll again.
Come on. Big money. Big money. It's it's 7 this time, so 13.
Oh man, yeah.
Dang.
So yeah, I feel like you're charging up your Ray of Frost, and you kind of do your Kamehameha thing, and it like Cromgrim is on the back of this thing, and it's kind of wiggling around trying to get him off, and you miss because he's not standing still.
Gotcha.
And so we go to Cromgrim now, sitting atop of this beast.
Cromgrim is choose to attack. 19, and can I do an unarmed strike, just with a melee attack, on the head of the beast?
You sure can.
So which one do I have to roll? The D12?
No, with the unarmed strike, it just does whatever damage it says it does, which it says it does 5.
Plus 7.
So yours says 7.
No,
Well,
plus
it says
7.
the hit
plus
is
se-
plus 7, sorry.
Right, but that's not the damage. So plus
Damage is 5.
Yeah, because you're not using a weapon, you're just using so it's weaker than your axe.
What's that look like? You're just gonna punch it in the back of the head?
So yes, as Cromgrim is straddled over the beast and is trying to pull its great axe out of the giant gash in the back of its neck, it decides to... Cromgrim's very upset now because it's just not working. So Cromgrim takes both of his hands and gives a huge double axe smash right to the back of the head, right on the dome.
You crack the back of the S-Spot's head, and literally there's a crack that forms on top of its head. You can, from atop of it, Cromgrim, you can see like veins of like fire and magma inside, like where its brain should probably be. But it, with its last little effort, just kind of shakes and tries to throw you off with like a shoulder roll, and he's in a real bad way. And he looks up at Raiden with some puppy dog eyes, and it's Raiden's turn.
He's still alive. Oh my
Is this
God.
not the moment that Cromgrim finally gets to urinate on the beast?
Look at the creature. It is in pain. We must finish this.
Maybe that would put out its fire. I'm going to, just for the fun of it, not really a melee style fighter, but you know what? I reach to my back and sit on my guitar, pull out my light crossbow. And so I imagine with my left hand, I throw my guitar back and then grab my crossbow with my other hand, cock it back with my left. I'm going to aim, fire, 14 plus 7 for the hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
All
Go
right,
ahead and finish him.
The bolt flies through the air. I do 1d8 plus 1 damage. So I do 9 damage. I just rolled an 8.
Finish him. You finish him.
The arrow flies from my crossbow straight towards it. It's doing puppy dog eyes at me, and I'm just like straight down the barrel, right between the eyes. It's poof. And I imagine it just, like you said with the other one, when it died, just turned the ash. The second it penetrates the front of his skull, it just like poof, like almost like in Infinity War when everyone like turns to dust, and the arrow narrowly misses Cromgrim, going right between his legs.
Hey, whoa.
Almost hits Cromgrim right in the crotch, but it doesn't. It goes, between the dog's eyes, between Cromgrim's crotch, and Cromgrim tumbles to the floor because the dog turned ash.
Yeah, Cromgrim, you are a lucky man, because if Raiden would have rolled a 1 there, that would have hit you in the forehead.
Ah!
So you guys... Yeah, you guys defeat these hellhounds. There's 2 little piles of soot here on the ground, and you look down, and now that you can see them, one of the little, doggy collars says Grim, and the other one says Stone, and they're just laying there on the ground.
'Twas a shame. Seems the beasts were only protecting their home. We had no choice.
Yeah, well, we also don't have a choice to leave either, so... There's nothing on them or around them other than the tags. I just wasn't sure if there's anything else, any inscriptions on the collars or anything other than just the names. No,
Yeah,
if found, return to the call so and so.
Why don't you do an investigation check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll do an investigation check on these bodies. See if there's anything fancy here going on that we need to know about. 15 plus 5, 20.
Yeah, you pick them both up, and you're kind of comparing them. They look identical, except for the difference in the names. And on the back of them, there's a little, 3 scratch marks on each of them.
Well, seems any element to surprise is gone now. I'm sure anyone in this house would have heard that tussle.
Best ready ourselves.
Yeah, keep your weapons ready, and let's do some exploring, see if we can figure out what's going on here.
No worries, as Cromgrim has kept his pee bag completely full the entire time. If I only had a red solo cup.
No.
Okay,
you mentioned...
solo cups exist in this universe?
Fantasy
They
solo
do where
cups.
Cromgrim is concerned, yes. Mm-hmm.
Raiden is interested in the little room to the left that you had mentioned before that had the little fireplace in it. Can I do an investigation check in there? See if there's is there any more doorways?
For sure.
I don't know. I'm curious what that room looks more in closer detail. So I'm gonna roll another investigation check. I rolled a 5 plus 5. I got a 10. So.
Okay. Yeah, you guys look over to your left, or at least Raiden does, and you see that it's not really these first 2 rooms. Back behind you to the right is just the dining room. That's it's all kind of just a big foyer area.
Okay.
And the right side is more of a dining room, but where you're focusing is on the opposite side. In the wall, there's a fireplace with those embers kind of boiling down to their last few embers. They're still glowing orange. There's 2 old Victorian looking reading chairs on either side of the fireplace with little nightstand looking tables next to them, candlesticks on them. And then above the fireplace there's a painting of a beautiful woman who's maybe mid 40s with long dark hair and green eyes, and then she's holding in front of her what looks to maybe be her daughter, and you guys recognize her from in town.
Sorry for you audio listeners. You're not watching the video. We're chuckling because JJ
is doing everything in his power to say, make her have huge knockers, man. Come on.
Cromgrim was trying to suggest that they kept getting bigger and bigger as we were coming up to the large painting.
No, you can't
So it looks
tell if she... Yeah, her knockers are covered up by this other, a younger girl that she's holding in front of her in the portrait.
That's adorable. You know that they're by the way, so that's still
Oh.
No, it doesn't need to get bad. I just...
This person you mentioned, we might recognize them? Is that what you said? The last thing you said there?
Yeah, you guys have seen the girl in the front before.
Does it happen to be the girl that we took the stone from and went to go find her mother?
That's what it sounds like.
Well, I think we found the girl's mother. And unfortunately, I have a bad feeling about who she might be. I don't know. Does anyone else recognize this, or is this just me?
No.
I recognize her as well, looking at the photo.
Something tells me there was more to that girl than we originally known.
Well, yeah, obviously she seems to be the daughter of a witch. Possibly. That's kind of a huge piece of information she left out when she told us to go find her mother.
Yes.
So this room, you mentioned, yeah, it's more like a foyer. Left side fireplace, right side dining room, and then it's just a big long hallway in front of us, correct?
Sort of. So the opposite ends of this hallway, it's a narrow hallway because on the right-hand side, there's like walls. There's obviously like a room on the other side of that wall. On the left-hand side, there's a wall and obviously like a room or some sort of thing.
Oh, so there's rooms beyond. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. If you were to go down the hallway, there's likely doors on the left and right to enter, whatever's behind these walls. And then above the hallway, you notice that there's a walkway, like there's an upstairs. It's almost like a rafter,
okay. But not accessible from where we're at. Like there's like a big like circular staircase or anything right here. It's
correct.
Okay,
correct.
So you can tell there's a second story. You can't get to it from here.
Right.
You guys want to head deeper in? Let's just check these rooms, room for room. Head down the hallway and first room on the left. See what's in there.
Yes, but I have an idea. Cromgrim, you
Yes.
have that stone, yes? The one the
Yes,
girl
I
gave
have
us?
stones. Oh, yes, the one that she gave us. Yes, I have it. And I didn't put it in my man pocket like you told me not to.
Good. Retrieve it. Maybe it has something to do with this house.
Here it is here. It doesn't even smell. Just wanted you to know that.
Let me see that. And then can I roll another investigation check on
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Okay. 14 plus... No, I don't have anything. So just 14.
Yeah, with a 14, I feel like, Brudon, you have it in your hand, and you've done this before, you've looked at it, and you know that it's got that slow, deep pulse inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
With a 14, you realize that pulse is quickening. Like it's a faster pulse, is all you notice. Not by much, just noticeable.
The residence in this gym has changed. It was not like this before we got to the house. Let's continue further.
All right. What do you say, left or right? Call it, Cromgrim. What do you want?
I always go the right way. This time, let's go left.
All right. First door on the left in the hallway.
So you guys head down the hallway, stepping on the stone floor, and you come up to the hallway, and you can see. Go ahead, Raiden.
I want to check the floor for traps,
Ooh.
and then when we get to the door, I'm again gonna check the door.
Okay.
So, is that just investigation, or is there something else for that? Okay.
Or perception.
18 plus 5. I think that suffice. 23.
You see, with the 25, there is a chandelier hanging from the the ceiling, and you see that just underneath like the railing above like the hallway where the walkway is, it's like tied off to something, and then like tied off in the wall, and then because you're creeped out by this place and you're looking for it, you see that like it's tied off, and then a little like piece of metal comes down, and then it trickles under one of the stones, and it's sitting there's a piece of metal under one of the stones coming from all the way from the rope of the chandelier.
It's almost like a pressure pad. Like we hit
exactly.
it.
Yep.
Triggers the rope, and then we get squished.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everyone stop. There's a trap in the floor. You see it? Right there. I'm gonna point to it and point to kind of circle the square with my finger. Don't step there. We need to go around it. Is the hallway big enough to avoid it? Go around it, or okay?
Yep.
So yeah, I just warn everyone: step around this. Do not step on that unless you want a headache.
A keen eye, Bard.
And then let's continue to the door. My plan was just to check for that trap so we didn't die before we got to the door. Cromgrim, step right there. No.
So you guys step into the hallway, and as you step past the trap, a few more sconces light up down the hallway. And at the very end of the hallway, it's like maybe like 100, 200 feet, you guys can see that there's a door at the very end of the hallway. So it's like completely opposite of the door that you came in. And it has a big padlock on it. But you guys are wanting to go into this door on the left.
Right.
Who's going in first?
Right on. I think that you probably should. And also, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I feel like those lights that are coming on are motion detectors. They do sell those over at the Home Depot. So I don't know if that's...
Solo exists in this universe. The Home Depot exists in this universe.
Lens crafters.
What did I call it? Glass something?
Glass forgers.
That's it. Glass forgers. Yeah.
Well, I as I mentioned before, I was going to check the door for traps. Like, as part of my... So do you want me to roll again for it, or use that 24? Like, I'm already kind of on alert, or...
You can use the 24.
Okay.
You check the door, and it just seems like a normal wooden door.
Okay. I'm willing to go first. All right. Everyone, give me a little space in case I need to jump back. All right. In case something pops out of here. I'm going to slowly open the door. I almost want to I'm going to carefully, slowly open it up. Kind of keep my eye open for anything that might come at me.
Yeah. So you open this door, and it's a smaller room. In the corner, there's like a twin-sized bed that just has, like, it's not even close to made. There's just blankets and sheets everywhere. There's some clothes on the ground. There's like an armoire that's like open, and there's some like clothes that look like they've been ripped out of there. And then on the opposite wall of the bed, like, so the bed would be to your right. On the left wall, there's like not sure what you would call it, but it's like a little beauty desk with like a mirror where you would like do your makeup in the morning type of a thing. And beside that, there's a stand with a sheet over it. Looks like maybe like a bird cage.
It looks like a bird cage, or it is a bird cage?
Looks like a bird cage.
Go on and take that cover off. You know you want to.
I am interested in the little wardrobe that you mentioned. I want to investigate that. The clothes on the ground, do they look like children's clothes, adult clothes, man, woman?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
15 plus 5.
Oh, brother.
20.
Yeah, so you're kind of walking.
I can't roll for nothing for like attacks and stuff, but give me all the investigation perception and I'll just nail it every time. I don't know.
Yeah, you're looking at all these clothes, and it's a lot of different styles of girls' clothing, like shirt, like button-up shirts and dresses, but they look like they'd be from like different parts of the world almost.
And yeah, I want to check inside the, like I wanted to look at the clothes on the ground and open it up, see what's going on there. Why are all these clothes ripped out of there?
Yeah, you walk over to the armoire and open it up, and it's just full of clothes. There's some shoes on the bottom that are all still intact and laying there, but it just kind of looks like somebody like got up and got ready in a hurry, or was on the move, or had somewhere to be, and just maybe they're just not very tidy.
No secret doorways in the back.
All
right.
Unless you want to roll for one.
to create one? Are you saying? to summon a portal to hell or something? Yeah. I mean, that's all I'm doing. What are you guys doing? I'll pass it off to you guys.
Okay.
Someone else can take a look at the bird cage.
I'll
the thing that looks like a bird cage.
I'll slowly pull the cover off of what looks like a bird cage.
I love how I did it and you just did it too, Adrian. I feel like every D&D player does it. We all qualify what we're doing as slowly as if that's going to make it any better. I slowly open the door. I slowly pull the sheet off. If that thing is going to kill you, it's going to kill you whether you do it fast or slow. Like, I just love how that's I said the same thing and you just said it. And I thought back, I'm like, every D&D player in like the entire history
every time
of D&D always does that. I
Look,
slowly, as if it's going to make it better.
Right. If it's me as this character in the room, that's what I would do.
That's true.
I would
like
slowly try to see what it is, just in case they put it back down.
Shaking, you're so scared, just like.
So, Brudon, you start to pull this sheet up over this cage, and
Cromgrim pushes him out of the way and grabs a hold of the sheet and pulls it off himself, because Cromgrim is really impatient.
Roll an athletics check, Cromgrim.
Oh no.
Cromgrim just rolled 15 plus 4, so 19.
Dang.
So yeah, Brudon, you're kind of slowly lifting this thing off, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, it's gone. And you guys see there are 3 little critters inside of this bird cage, as it were, and they're about the size of a pixie, so like maybe like 2.5, 3 inches tall. But they look like bats. Like they're like a little humanoid, pixie-sized bat person. And they're wearing they have little chest plates and like swords with hilts and stuff. And one of them's on the bottom, like walking back and forth with his feet, like on his feet, and 2 of them are like hanging upside down. But as that sheet comes off, they just like kind of hiss and start flying around like smacking the side of the bird cage.
So they're like bat knights, kind of?
Yeah, they're called sprickets. And there's 3 of them in there. And they're like
Batmen.
They're Batmen, yeah. No, they're like flapping around, hitting their heads on the bird cage and like hissing at you guys.
But they're locked in the cage, right? They're not
Uh-huh.
They can't get out from what we can tell.
Cromgrim, this is what I was trying to avoid. You startled them.
Cromgrim, sorry, but you were taking so long. Like, it really felt like an eternity. The DM had rolled the die several times.
That we're breaking the 4th wall?
There's nothing more significant other than just 3 creatures in a cage, though. Like, there's nothing in the cage with them.
Yeah, not that you guys see.
No, like, key that goes to the padlock down the hallway sitting in there that we have to reach in and grab.
Wait a minute, though. Can I try something?
Yeah, whatever you want.
I want to. I don't know how this is gonna work. What I need to say to do this, but I want to try to tame them. And I have an intimidation thing, a intimidation stat.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that to do so?
Let's see. I'll give you, if you can roll like 18 or higher on intimidation, and then you would have to roll like animal handling if that's successful, because they're like little beasts.
Mm-hmm.
So try rolling 18 or higher on your intimidation, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
This is crazy.
This is so ridiculous.
And they're just like
They could be an asset later.
They are ticked off.
Okay, I got a 15, and my intimidation is +6, so 21.
Good grief. So yeah, you're getting ready to intimidate them. So now give me like an 18 or 19 animal handling, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Come on, big money, big money, big money, big money. It was 9.
Okay.
Do you add anything to it, or?
+1, so 10.
Okay. What does it look like when you try to tame these guys?
I see him running around, and then I would have used my intimidation to, I guess because I'm so large, I can make like a vibration with my voice, and I tell them like, heal or something. I don't know. And they all like feel it in their chest and they stop what they're doing. And then they look at me. And then if I would have got the animal handling, I don't know what I would have said or done to, have them to come with me. And then we could have used them. Ahead. Well, no, I was trying to tame them so that we can use them in our search as assets because they know the place. So they could have checked rooms or places that we didn't have to go to and would have shortened our search.
I tell you that's good D&D right there, but you're unsuccessful. So you guys see Brudon like shouts at this birdcage full of these little bat dudes, and they like stop. Their eyes get really big and they look at him for like a split second, and then like back to pulling out their swords and like clanging on the walls and stuff. They're just going absolutely crazy.
So one thing is you're all trying to fight against a creature that you know nothing about. It just so happens that sprickets are actually from the same mountains that dwarves are. And as a matter of fact, you can make them understand the language in which we speak by urinating on them. So here's what I'm suggesting. Here's what I suggest. I have animal handling. Let me take care of it. And I can cause them to be able to speak our language, and they'll understand us if I urinate on them.
Cromgrim, I don't
Dwarf
think
pee
that's
is
how
magical.
this works. No, I don't think that's how this works. I think we should just move on. Throw the sheep back on the cage.
Do I get to piss on anybody? Like
We're not
anyone?
peeing on the bats.
It's okay for bats to pee on us and give us rabies. It's not okay for you to pee on the bats.
At this point, Cromgrim can give them rabies.
Good. Let's throw the sheep back on the cage and move on.
Let's continue.
There's nothing else in this room then, like with our investigation checks. Like there's no like nothing in like the side tables, the desk, anything like that. Any drawers?
Yeah, nothing that you guys can find. It just looks like somebody was maybe like living here, staying here, left in a hurry.
All right. Well, shall we move on to the next room then?
Let us continue our search.
Walking across the hallway.
So you
I
guys
like
are
to
gonna
imagine that you're like playing that on your guitar while we're walking down the hallway, just like a little ditty.
I'm
So you
walking
guys-
across the hallway, the only way I
And
know.
I'm like walking behind you and like snapping my finger or something like that, just really slow.
Oh man! So you guys are gonna go into the room that was across from the one you were just in, directly across. All right, who's going in first?
I'll go in first this time.
Okay.
Yeah, you go first, so we can't trust Cromgrim to not pee on anything. He's like a dog.
If we could do one pit stop, then Cromgrim would be okay. But no, we're in a hurry to get through the castle.
Can I like sleight of hand one of those collars onto Cromgrim?
I guess that you had them. So if you still got them,
I'm gonna roll sleight of hand. I rolled a 6 + 4. I got a 10. Do I get the collar on Cromgrim's neck?
Cromgrim, what does your perception say on your sheet? It should be like a spot for passive perception.
9.
Oh man. So yeah, Cromgrim, what did you roll, Raiden?
A 10. Well, 6 + 4, 10.
So yeah, you just before you realize it, like by the time it's too late, Raiden is like putting this collar on you.
It's G-spot.
I don't consent.
You're G-spot
I don't
now?
consent. I never consented to this.
Silence, Crumb Spot.
Crumb spot. K-spot.
Oh man.
Okay.
Carry on. From our shenanigans here, let's move on.
I'm going to cast magic or mage hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it to open the door.
Cool. So you're what's it look like?
Look at you using your little magic sorcery stuff.
I mean, if it's there, I'm gonna use it. Look, because it could potentially be saving my life right now. So
Yeah, 100%.
I put my hand out, and then it kind of like makes a missed copy of itself, and then I just kind of point my hand in the direction, and it just flows out from there, and it unlocks the door and pushes it open.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys see the door creaks open, and some sconces light up in this room as well, and it's a lot more wide open. And directly across from you guys, you see a couple sinks, some wash basins, some cabinets, and some hanging like utensils and things like that. And this is the kitchen. And then, like on the right hand side, there's a like a pantry, almost like a big cabinet, but it's just open and full of like fruits and vegetables and whatnot. Over like way on the left wall, there's like a really long table with like cutlery on it and things like that. And there, it looks like this whole place has like recently been used, but then nobody cleaned up. And in the middle of the room is this huge, like a big, like oven. It's like a wrought iron, like black oven with like a big, like pipe in the middle that goes up through the roof. And is everybody in the room? Did you guys just open the door and peek in, or have you walked in yet?
I don't think we've walked in. I think we just saw that the sconces have lit up, and we're kind of just taking a sweeping view, I guess, taking it in,
Okay.
seeing what it looks like from outside, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, Brunon he
Pushed the door
volunteered
open.
to go in first, so he said he would go in. So I'll wait for his lead.
Okay. So we got the setup that it's a kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna step on in.
Okay. You
I
guys
don't
all
know
follow
what-
suit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what order they come in.
Yeah,
Cromgrim's in the rear because, of course, he's got that dog collar like he's in an S&M film right around his throat.
Weren't you just talking about hitting G spots a little while ago? Isn't that like your bag now? Shouldn't you want to have the collar on?
No.
No.
Cromgrim has no memory, I've said.
Cromgrim only has so many kinks.
That's it. There is a line that Cromgrim will not cross.
I'm not gonna shame you, Cromgrim. Do your thing.
Brother. So yeah, you guys all step into the kitchen. You're looking around. You see lots of like fruits and veggies in the pantry, and I need you guys to all roll a Constitution check, or like a save.
Constipation check coming up right now.
11 plus 2, so 13.
Also 11 plus 3. So 11 plus 3.
14.
And I got 18 plus 2, so I got a 20.
So you guys all passed your con save, but as you walk into the kitchen, you see all this food. It looks like there's like a whole bunch of like baking powder and things like that all over this table on the left, and it looks like it should smell good in here, like somebody's been cooking lately, but it is rancid. Like it smells like death, like the absolute worst smell you've ever smelled. Rotten fish, zombie smell.
It's like almost like the kitchen from Little Nightmares.
You guys all but take damage. Like it just, it just smells horrible.
It's that bad. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh. What is that foul?
Cromgrim, was that you?
No, for once, no. Cromgrim
Gods.
didn't do it. He who smelt it dealt it.
Trust me.
Reeks.
Oh, if I dealt something, there's no way it could have been as bad as this. It smells like 3 Cromgrims put together.
It's pretty bad. I don't know if it's necessarily that bad. That's pretty bad.
So we're in there now. Is there any like cabinets or drawers we can investigate in? Because again, like I'm going back to when we looked down that hallway, there was a giant padlock. I assume we're going to be looking for a key at some point here. Is there any place
Sure.
like something like that could be hiding that I can investigate for?
Yeah, you see across. So you guys come in, and the middle of the room is off to your left, and then to the far left, there's like a long table with all the like, it looks like where you do like cutting up meat and things like that. And on the left of that, so in the corner of the room, there's like a big chest, like a vertical chest that you would assume is like an ice chest type thing. And that's the only thing that's like closed. Everything else looks like it's been used recently. Like you can see the pantry that's really close to you guys on the right's open. There's fruit and vegetable and things like that all over there, and like all the cabinets in front of you across the sink. Like there's just dishes everywhere, and like there's actually like still dishes in the sink that like haven't been cleaned and things like that.
Cromgrim, I think it's your turn. You go. Mind going and opening up that chest?
Yes. Now, what do I have to roll?
Well, that's a good question. So if you're going to walk across the middle of the kitchen to go open that chest, I want you to first roll another Constitution save.
No.
Same one we just did.
It's that bad? Jeez.
14 plus 3.
Just be
17.
Be thankful you rolled over a 10. So as you get to the middle of the room near the oven, Cromgrim, you guys, Ryden and Brudon, you see the oven spins around a couple times, like really fast. The pipe shrinks down into it, and as it's spinning, it spins and spins and spins really fast, and it stops. And when it stops, it looks like a giant 5-foot tall treasure chest. And it opens up, and it has tons and tons of rows of teeth and a huge long tongue that almost looks like a tentacle. And it just goes and tries to take a bite at Cromgrim.